Given that many wrestlers want to include and associating them with the animation style of Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. Well, yeah, that's a collector's dream, right? Because they're
doing some kind of event in the Grand Hub. Let's go check it out. Everyone here is
make a
guest.
figure that looks like the actual
Any quests you want to go on?
They would to the series, but now if you get the various people that were in the series and look like they were in the series, well, then you'd have a series of those. Yeah.
It's a heck of an idea. I gotta give Montuny credit. These are really cool. They look great. Check them out today. And you also have BringHomeAllTheAction.com with his websites. Andre the Giant.
Jim, let's talk for Andre. It should have been BringHomeAllTheBeer.com.
You're always aiming for new heights. I bet there's anyone who could match you.
Let's talk those tag teams. But here, one of the most underrated tag teams of the 1980s. I don't think you guys know what we're talking about. But they were tag team champions in the WWE. And they won matches everywhere.
Let's see what you got.
Jumping on the tables. It's the fucking reverse fucking standard face paint that he was doing in 86, 87. that was their classic look. But I always liked that era.
Right, and we also have the Powers of Pain in this set.
And also sometimes it depended on what state chemical content of his blood and how intricate he was wanting to get his pain.
So, you know, Powers of Pain, Mr. Sets from that Maniacs, upcoming sets, Mr. Bishop, Jimmy Valiant, and the Raiders. Upcoming set, that was
Yes.
that would be hard to do. I got a great Buddha figure from Japan a few years ago. And the head has a little filter. You're supposed to add water and push the head down and squeeze. Well, I mean, I guess you could make it like red water. You still have the hole.
But I'm telling you, they made that Cabbage Patch doll that actually ate shit. And did you see the TV special Hazardous History? The Cabbage Patch doll had a little fucking, like a clothes wringer that when you stuck the piece of fake food in its mouth, it just took it on in and spit it out in its backpack. But it was also eating children's fingers and hair, and there was no way to turn it off or make it let go.
Did you see this? I gotta see.
Hazardous History with Henry Winkler. It's on. Oh, I know.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. It's.
Got something in mind?
Dangerous that people used to do. But even I knew not to do it because that was dangerous.
Check that out. Fucking around with funds. And Jim, and finally, let's talk about
Ready
the
to get to
latest
work?
toys from Hastel Toys. I can't get any silver. Hastel Toys puts out a toy every day. It's wonderful. Anyway, the latest update real quick on Power Down. Equal
Fit chick to a
US
T.
Just got toy company trademarks. Not been picked up by Power Town. Well, Matt Cardone is trying to pick them up, so we'll stay on top of the story and let you guys know what happens. Jim from Hastel Toys, gimmicks and I do it again. Rappers and gimmicks. First one I have here, for the first time ever, Hasbro form. Man Mountain Rock. Man Mountain Rock, one of the stars of mid-90s WWF. What are your memories of Darren Peterson, Max Payne? What was his name?
I was going to ask about because I couldn't remember what his real name was, Darryl Peterson, but he was Max Payne in the USWA, and that was at the time where Vince had hired Lawler and he brought Jerry Jarrett up, and remember they gave Spellbinder a brief tryout up there with some of the big guys that were in Memphis at the time. And
Excellent work.
Max Payne, I guess,
Hopefully this will keep us
was
Let's head back and report.
He could really play the guitar, and he was a big guy, and Vince put those two things together, and he was a nice guy, but it didn't exactly
just the outfit, the hair, just didn't look right in the shape. It's just like a heavy metal guy. Then he kind of found his place.
He looked more like Heavy Olympics at the time.
Then he found his place with Cactus Jack. And they kind of worked off each other for a brief period of time. They had that great run with the Pistons. Then he was gone. And he came in as Man Mountain Rock. This is a guy who trained in New Japan, but we never really got to see anything great in America. He came in, he would play his WWF-shaped guitar. And I don't remember a single feud or any matches. It was like, never squash matches.
Yes.
I don't remember that. So there was some story about troubles. He shot a bunch of video, like guys on the road. Then when he left, he released it and they flipped out.
Oh, that may have been him.
He had like Sleazy Coley in the hallway, stalled with the first room and everyone's.
Yeah.
Oh, Man Mountain Rock.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck to you, Rock.
Jim also been Hasbro film from Hasbro Toys. One.
It's Tony Lawrence. Otherwise known to fans as Ahmed Johnson. And this comes with red spikes. And it came with the Road Warriors of WrestleMania, but also the mirror of the spikes that the Legion of Doom Hasbro figures from 1991 had. Ahmed Johnson and the Road Warriors. Any thoughts on this?
I remember, I don't believe the Road Warriors were all that pleased. It was like when, it was even worse than when was so over and just with the 6.5 people and his time and everything. He always did that. He won't pay for etc. But the Road Warriors having this, let's face it, Ahmed was not particularly proficient in pro wrestling.
Thanks, that helps.
Town in New Jersey that he was already there for. So, there's the city. Governor Peter showed him. He said, and this is what it is. Oh, yeah, in case you don't remember this part.
Thanks, that helps.
No worries.
His phone number over at the hotel and his room number if you would call him and let him know what he thought about it. And he gave the number out, and the people called all night. And
my brother even
I'm flipped out. Yeah, it's clean.
pretty black and
Simple.
It himself. Yeah. Dennis did that also. I think that Abdullah the Butcher, Abdullah No showed him. And like Dennis got on the mic and said he's going to sue him. The fans have no idea what's going on. And Dennis like, I'm going to sue his ass.
I'm glad you're all right. Take a second to restock your supplies before you go,
Yes.
okay?
Someone who worked for Dennis, they worked for you. Hasbro Toys and Hasbro Form. All's behind me.
Now commencing quest by order of the guild.
Santa Claus.
As the participants come in,
In a
they'll
body
strengthen the
head
vehicle.
Santa Claus outfit, removable
Just
Santa
remember
hat
word
with a
and decide
sack.
whether Palico's help.
What are your thoughts on Santa Claus? Do you remember how
Santa Claus came up.
Yeah.
Special event.
Well,
Get
dude,
the gear.
I had Balls Mahoney and Smoky Mountain Wrestling as Blueprint. And then when we closed up, or right before that, Don B was with us till the end. We closed up. He was from New Jersey, been friends with Candido, who did work with before. And somewhere or another in that 1996 year, we were at the beginning of a tryout, and somehow, don't know how it happened, but Vince and 96 Christmas, and Vince wanted to eat a Santa Claus, and it. DiBiase that presented him, this is not Santa Claus, this is Santa Claus. It even makes sense to Bruce. I remember Bruce was people that were trying to explain it to him. But the thing is that came at the and he was he got to get the maps. Gimmick didn't get over it, and he didn't make an impression. Gimmick didn't have a chance past Christmas. They didn't make it to Christmas. Said, here's this big 300-something-pound fat bearded guy that became a fake. What was the term that people are being disrespectful here. And Pocket saying to get eaten by Genesis, and all that is right. Yes, I can see. You got the Vietnam Express. They had a. I want to say it was a member of that one. See those tapes with WCW. And Jim Ross was in on this. I have teams I can't fucking cover for him. They brought Rocket Singh, this fucking evil piece. Good promos he was doing. Into WCW as fucking goddamn lunatic. And he was wearing the mental patient's outfit and supposed to be a crazy evil. But then Jim Herd saw him and said, well, he'd be great for the kids. So they made him a evil. And we started
I was thinking that it's now the natural product. It was great. You know, there was another problem with that. Like small, like
that's the guy presentation. From and he's in a piece disgusting person. So whatever. That was another question. That's all the way. That you can't blame Bruce or Pat or anybody. Because Vince had that goddamn obsession with hard jokes, hard voices, just the fat people. That's Difference music was parts of Belgians. I'm not making this up. His nose and would scratch his ass or whatever. And
Here we go. Let's go.
They're in your sacred's pouch.
Sell your want to shop behind me.
Hey, you all right? Rest is on you! Hey, you all right? Rest on you!
A service with a smile, that's what they say. Happy endings for all.
Pursuing target.
Shopify, Shopify, and their $1 a month trial period that you today, right now, you can go to and get at Shopify.com/JCE. If you use that code JCE, that means for $1. Be on your best behavior. These cues, or else my Shopify will cut you off at the end of that month, and then where will you be? Busted and disgusted, drunk in a gutter somewhere, laying in the filth and the scum of the fire without Shopify, with nobody to save you, all because you couldn't get your shit together for 30 days, 1 month. Fuck, I'm disgusted. Shopify.com/JC.
Your flight's only just begun.
All right.
something.
Pursuing target. This one's dragging us all over.
Are you quite all right?
How's this? Good so far. On to the next one.
Add some material on your wish list. Nicely done. I'll sit tight here.
Pursuing target.
This heat is hazardous to your health. You should stay hydrated with a cool drink.
Target sighted.
Weapons at the ready!
Clear skies ahead.
Make room for me too! This weather is unrelenting. We'll just have to tough it out.
I'm gonna pop your head off, and then I'm gonna catch the others so you can see them. Do that before I kill you. You've done it even the rest
There's a special event going on in the Grand Hub. Should we check it out?
Special event.
Yeah.
Get them.
No. You're out of shit. What's that?
So long for now.
Well, what can I do? Hey. Got something in mind?
I'm gonna pop your head off, and then I'm gonna catch the others so you can see them.
Anything catch your eye?
If you're worried, you can do that before I kill you. You're done with anything the rest of the Sure. But I need to deal with me. Yeah.
Look good.
Gotcha. What's that?
Anything catch your eye? Look good. Alrighty. Perfection.
I'm gonna pop your head off, and then I'm gonna catch the others so you can see them.
Look good. Perfection.
If you're worried, you can do that before I kill you. You're done with anything the rest of the Sure. But I need to deal with me. Yeah. You're out of shit.
Now that's a good choice.
What's that?
Yes. Oh, there's a quest that's only available right now.
I'm gonna pop your head, and then I'm gonna catch the others and skew. If you're worried, you're gonna do that before I do you. You're dumber than even the rest of them. Sure, but I'm the idiot. You know, dating in the United States of America has gotten so expensive that nearly half of those who are single right now just have stopped dating. It's no longer worth it for them. Because right now, on average, singles are spending $189 for a night out. That's according to a new Bank of Montreal analysis. That's up 12.5%. $168 last year. Guess who's paying the most? Millennials. Millennials on average are spending $250 for a date night. That's a 32% jump from 2025. Gen Z, you're spending $205 on average for a date night, up from $194. 14% of those surveyed on average for For example, get a starter, 200 crazy 2,000. That's it. Are you single? You stop dating. It's expensive. Dating is next right now, just spending $189. I guess. Survey spent on average study done by Mandel Media, New York City, for example, for $150 to get a start. Stop dating. Dating so long. Because right now, on average, $89 for a night out. You're spending $205 per day, up to $190. 14% of those surveyed spend on average $300 or more for a date night. Go out, it's not like you're getting a ton for the taxes, you got study done by Mandel Media, for example. Updating. Right now, on average, spending $189. That's all that. Last year, guess who's paying the most? We're spending $5 on average per day, up from $194. 2% of those surveyed per day. You're getting a ton for $200. The impact is right now, on average, singles are spending $189 for a night out. That's according to a new Bank of Montreal analysis. That's up 12.5% from $168 last year. And guess who's paying the most? millennials. Millennials on average are spending $252 for a date night. That's a 32% jump in 2025. Gen Z, you're spending $205 on average for a date night, up from $194. 14% of those surveyed spend on average $300 or more for a date night. When you go out, you're getting a ton for $200 anymore. There's plenty of taxes, you have to make sure to tip. Restaurants are encouraging an exorbitant amount of money for anything now.
They tried to cancel Kevin for the Diddy party. They hurled allegations at him. Allegations at him. But thanks to all the baby charges didn't stick. Kevin was at a bunch of Diddy parties, but in his defense, it was only because Diddy thought he was 10. Kevin even hosted a record release party. That was a record of releases. On the bed, in the pool, on the floor, everywhere but the hoes. But I want to be clear. Just because Kevin went to Diddy parties does not mean he did something wrong. The fact that he gets all quiet when you bring it up, that means he did something wrong. They tried to cancel Kevin for the Diddy party. Baby girl allegations that. But thanks to all the baby charges didn't stick.
We got a sale on. Need anything?
Kevin was at a bunch of Diddy parties, but in his defense, it was only because Diddy thought he was 10.
Well, yep.
Kevin even hosted a record release
What are we
party.
making today?
There was a record number of releases. On the bed, in the pool, on the floor, everywhere but the hoes. But I want to be clear. Just because Kevin went to
Didn't
Diddy
even catch
party
your eye?
does not mean he did something wrong. The fact that he gets all quiet when you bring it up, that means he did something wrong.
Look good.
They tried to cancel Kevin for the Diddy party. They hurled down.
Come back anytime.
But thanks to all the baby charges didn't stick. Kevin was at a bunch of Diddy parties, but in his defense, it was only because Diddy thought he was 10.
I await your next.
Yes.
Kevin even hosted a record release party. He did. There was a record number of releases. On the bed, in the pool, on the floor, everywhere but the hoes. But I want to be clear. Just because Kevin went to Diddy parties does not mean he did something wrong. The fact that he gets all quiet when you bring it up, that means he did something wrong.
Let's get to it!
glad you're safe. It really did seem as fierce as a frenzied monster.
No question. I'm also sure its ability to absorb elements is what let it shed its guardian nature. It's a shame that unique strength became its fatal weakness.
A harsh irony. Well, we should be going. Nalta's waiting for us.
Right.
Special event. Get the news here.
Right. Fencing quest by order of the guild. I have an update. We've been issuing fresh supply items.
Thanks. That helps. That's okay. No worries.
We've received additional supply items. Take a look.
Don't worry about it.
No worry. Put the materials I found in your field pouch.
Special event. Get the news here.
Yes.
We got a sale on. Need anything?
Hey. What are we making today? I'm ready to work. What are we making today? Fit you to a T.
catch the latest news here.
Yes.
Special event. Get the news here.
Yes.
.5%, which
Right. Let's join them. Guess I'm on guard duty.
Special event. So long for now.
I heard from the others. Yes. Somebody wants to make a trade. All right then.
Well, what can... Yep. What are we making today? Shea bar. I'm ready to work. Now that's a good choice.